Oh, hey everyone. Welcome back to Legendary Tales. You can see we are in the Collapsed Chapel today, and we're going to do a tour of the Collapsed Chapel. Now that's the entryway, and then you come in here, and this is what you see. You've got your, mini campsite up here. We're not going to use the teleports. We're going to go walk through this at a nice little pace here. So, first thing you want to do is start heading this way. It's pretty cut and dry. There'll be a couple of guys over here, right in this area here, and then you take a right, curve around to the left, be a few more guys here. Now you get to the first crossroads. Okay, now the main part of the dungeon will be off to your left, but there's a side part over here, and we're going to visit that first, and it'll bring us back through here. So where we're headed now, there are a couple of things of note. The Gladiator's axe is in that second tent over there to the left. And the deserters are right over there to the left-hand side. Now before we go to the deserters, we're going to go over to the right-hand side. This is a dead end. You can see some more of the Collapsed Chapel here. Once we get past this little wooden fence-like structure. I don't think I've ever seen a chest back here. Not entirely sure what this section of the Collapsed Chapel is for, but I do want to show you everything. So this takes us to a dead end, so we're going to come back around this way. See some bits of the Collapsed Chapel there. So now we're going back to where we came from, which is where the tents are and where the Gladiator's axe can be for that quest. So you know the Gladiator's the axe is here, if you're looking for that. But next we're gonna go over and we're gonna go visit the deserters. And come around here. There we can see our deserters. There is a chest back here as well. We'll take a look and see if it's a mimic or if it's a real chest. It's a real chest! Now be advised at any moment it could be mimics. Mimics are in this game. So now we're leaving the deserters, we're going back to the tents. We'll just say bye. Now we're headed back over to the tent area. Where the axe, not the ask, is. Right there. Now we're going to come back to where I said was the first crossroads. And so you know, off to the left here, that's where we came from. That's the start of the dungeon. Okay. And you know you've hit this crossroads when you see those barrels and the structure here with the cart. Over there, we've seen the Gladiator's axe, a dead end, and the deserters. But we're going to take a left now. We're going to go into the main part of the dungeon. Of course, there'll be a few guys through here. It's mostly goblins. You get to the Collapsed Chapel through the Goblin Cave, so it's mostly goblins in here. There are some corrupted peasants. The ones with the machete and the ones with the scythes. Now there are some bats up here, so be advised if you have a ranged character you can shoot them down before they come at you. Now here's our second crossroads, but realistically that goes all the way around and comes out there. So realistically you just want to go to the right to continue to the rest of the dungeon. Now we're going to go ahead and take the roundabout because I want to show you that. Why would you want to come this way? You may want to come this way because more often than not, there is a champion in here. Mini boss if you want to call it that. I had one in here when I was clearing this out. So if you're interested in that challenge, or you're interested in the gear, because you do get 3 crystals, then you do want to come this way. If you're just interested in getting to the next part of the dungeon, oh look, I didn't clean up after myself, then you want to go the way I originally pointed out, which is just to the right, but we're going to come back around and you'll be able to see that shortly. So here we go, turn around here. And as you can see, this takes us back into the second crossroads, which really isn't a crossroads. That's where we went. Okay, we went that way, and it took us, we came back out that way. But when you come in here, what you really want to do is go that way, which is a right when you first come in. So we're going to come through here. This will take us to the first teleporter. There'll be a couple of enemies right around this corner, so don't go rushing through. We get our first teleporter, rest stop. Now, this is an important location in the map, because if you're looking for mementos, the mirror will be back behind here. Be basically right in this little area here, so you'll need to pick that up. But we're going to go ahead and move on through the dungeon. Now, you want to take the right. The right is going to take you to the rest of the dungeon, but we're going to go left. This is a dead end. It is a dead end, but there's something cool back here. It's cool looking anyway. And especially if you're a fan of like Fallout and the Dunwich horror, you get to see, it kind of reminds me of that. But there can be a chest back here. More often than not there is. This is one that requires a key. And this is a cool little statue sticking out of the ground, reminding you that this is a collapsed chapel. Oh, and you can look up there, that's where the wind is coming from. So now we're going to head back where we came, and then we're going to take the proper route to the rest of the dungeon. So let's see, we're still in the dead end section. And this takes us back before we went in there. I'm going to move over this way and just look to the left. So once again, that was the dead end section to the cool statue. And now we're going to go to the rest of the dungeon this way, taking a right. There'll be enemies through here, of course. Goblins, corrupted peasants. Just take care of them on your way. Look out, there'll be one right around the corner here. When you come around this corner, there'll be a couple of them. Now, I wouldn't say this is, well, I guess you call it a crossroads, but realistically, that's where you want to go, right? But I want to show you, this is a dead end. However, I have never, I'm doing great on the ladders today. Just fling yourself up. There we go. Typically, this requires a key. There it is. And we'll head back down here. And we're going this way. Now, this is the second teleporter is right up there. See this hole? That's a trap. Now, when you first come here, there'll be ground there. At least it'll look like there'll be ground there. But if you fall down in that, it is a trap and it will take you down there. We're going to go down there. I'm going to show you what it's like. But just go off to the left. Notice you can fall here, and then you can just kind of hang around. And that's how you can get around it. But we're going to assume, and then there's a chest, and then you go down there, but we're going to assume you fell through. So let's take a look at what happens if you fall through. Now, right away, there's going to be some goblins that attack you in this room. Okay? But you want to be careful because there are traps. Now, this room here, this is full of mimics. Okay? So, this is not the mimic room, though. You know that there's a, what do they call it? A, trophy that you get for finding the mimic room. This is not the mimic room. Okay? So if you find this room, and then you go, well, why am I not getting the trophy? This is not the mimic room. Okay? So, don't get it twisted. You did find a room of mimics, but it's not the room you're looking for. Okay? So we're gonna come back here, look out for these guys. Now, when you first come down here, these will be up. They will surprise you as you come through. So be advised about that. You just want to get your timing right, and then dash through. And now these will already be swinging when you get here. Off to the left, there will be another chest. We can see if it's a mimic or not. It is! And then you come back this way. And this will get you out. To get out, you have to pull the lever, and then this wall will open up, and this will take you to this teleporter, which is the second teleporter. We were up there, but we fell down the hole and we came out this way. If you fall to the left, just kind of hang around the oh, I don't know what you call it, totem up there, then you won't fall through. So you don't have to fall through, okay? So let's say we did all that, now we're down here. Come through here, knock the boards. You come into this room. Now, there are two ways you can go. Both will take you to the same point. The right way is the quicker way with less enemies. That's the short of it. So we're going to go left because I do want to show you this long roundabout. You need to smack these and then you can come through here. Now, why would you want to come through here? Maybe there's a champion. Maybe you just want to kill more enemies. But I promise you the right way is quicker. But both of these will take you to the same spot, which is right here, and that's where we want to go. But I'm going to take you through here. I'm going to show you how much quicker this is. I'm on my punch build. By the way, this is not a cheat build. This is a real build where each punch does about 100 damage, maybe give or take. The build is on the channel. Do I recommend it? It's fun, but bosses are really hard because parrying is an important part of this game. You can parry, but it's difficult. So here we are again, and look how much quicker this is. You know, we walked all the way around that side there. Probably had to kill a whole bunch of enemies. But if you take the right, and in my most recent video with the Goblin Shaman, I do take you through the dungeon in the quickest routes. But I did want to get a tour of the dungeon up here for everyone to demystify it. You know, there's no map in here, so you know, the first time you're playing this game, you can really get lost. But the more you play it, the more you realize that it's pretty cut and dry. So this long hallway, whatever we want to call this, you need to go all the way down to the bottom. When you first come here, that will not be open. There will be a gate down. Okay, to open that gate, you have to come all the way down here, and there is a lever. Lots of goblins. There's going to be ones of throwers. Just a couple of tips for in here is if something throws a rock at you, just knock it out of the air. If a goblin comes flying at you, just knock it out of the air. It's not a big deal. Be a lot of bats in this room, so be wary of that. I do not know how to get up there. Oh wait, that is where the last... Oh, this is awesome. That is where the last teleporter is. I now realize all these rooms connect. So this is what we're looking for. This is what we're looking for right here. This lever, of course I've already pulled it, but you'll come over here and pull that down. You'll hear the gate open. So we're gonna go back over to where the gate is. While I fix my cord, because I'm spinning around, I'm doing my best to try not to use the snap for you guys, so that way we can get a good video moving through the dungeon without too much head snaps. I want you to be able to see the points, connect everything up, and it doesn't just jerk around on you. Snap, snap, snap. How did we get there? So now we're going to come around here. The door will be open at this point. There will be a couple enemies in here, a few enemies in here. So don't rush in. Only fools rush in, or angels fear to tread. And come through here, more enemies. Goblins mixed with corrupted peasants. And that takes us to the third and final teleporter. And then we get towards the end of the dungeon here. Now, this, we can't really look down. Can a little bit. But I just realized this is the, oh, let's get these out of the way. Yeah, look. Yeah, you can see. Oh, that's really cool. Okay, great. We shared a moment together. So you come through here and you want to go towards the carts. There will be goblins up here that can jump down and join the fray. There was one up here who, yeah, let's see if he wants to come down and play with us. He does! Oh, that was so kind of him. I did some snaps, I'm sorry. So yeah, we come through here, there's your cart, okay. I'm gonna start it over because I did some snaps. So we come through, guys will jump down on you, don't worry about that. And you'll come to this pillar with the, I don't know, stories to it. There are two ways you can go. You take the left, that's gonna take you to the Goblin Shaman. You take the right, it's gonna take you over to the Goblin Supplies that the deserters are looking for in the Deserter's Quest. Now, I do recommend that you do the Deserter's Quest before you do the Shaman, but you don't have to. You can watch my video or other people's videos on killing the Shaman, and they'll give you the tips that you need. But do know that the purpose, one of the purposes of the Deserter's Quest is so that you can get the tips on how to beat the boss. So we come up here. Now there's going to be a lot of bats in this area. Lots of bats. If you have a range, shoot them down. Otherwise, just be aware. Lots of bats are going to attack you. So we come up to this section here. An extra little campfire for us. That's great. Now this right here could be a mimic. And it is. So be advised. Chances are, if this has a lock on it, that it's okay. But if it doesn't, it's a mimic, so look out for that. Your Goblin Supplies are going to be in the third barrel on your right. We've already done this, but this is where they would be. They left some meat for me, so that's kind. So we're going to turn around. You can see that's the pillars. This is where we came in. We killed a whole bunch of goblins, and now you can just drop down this way. And we're going to head over to where the Goblin Shaman would be, had I not cleared everything out. So just come through here. You can see this awesome looking room. It may just be my, I don't know, human psychology that makes me feel like the PS5 Pro makes this look better, but I feel like it looks better. So here's your, where your Goblin Shaman is. Pretty much really the end of the dungeon. I do have a video. I will link the video down at the bottom on how to defeat him with an ice mage. I have a video with a lightning mage. They're really just the same. And I will also post what I call the world tour that will show you where all the teleporters and dungeons are in the real world. But that's it, you guys. that is the collapsed chapel. So we went over, this is where the Goblin Shaman is, over there is where the supplies are, I showed you where the deserters are, I showed you where the axe is, and I showed you where the mirror is. As far as I know, that should be everything in this dungeon, and we finished it out in this series, and now it's time to move on to the Old Fort. So be expecting some Old Fort videos coming soon with all the quests related to it and everything you need to find. Once I knock everything out, there will be another tour like I did for Blighthaven, like I just did for the Collapsed Chapel, which the Shaman is probably why this whole place collapsed. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, if it has any value, please drop a like. If you find the channel has value, please sub. Most people are not sub to this channel. I completely understand. A lot of you just come here for the information. I respect that, and that is why this channel is here. This channel is here to get people through Legendary Tales. I know there's a lot of other channels out there, but this game means a lot to me. I think it's my favorite VR game. So I'm just trying to share my experiences with the world and hopefully provide some useful information. So that's a wrap on this video. Thanks a lot everybody for watching, and you have a wonderful day. Let's see what an OP punch build does on the normal Goblin Shaman. Oh, hey, Mr. Man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Feels like cheating. But it's not.